Hey everyone, it's Lindy and welcome to my channel, Sarah Padame. Thanks for joining me in this video today. And I'm kind of making do, just making a video with my phone camera today because I was having some issues with my video camera, but I really want to make a video for you guys today. And so my video today is going to be about creating great spiritual friendships. And I just wanted to touch on this for a while. So the reason I wanted to make this video is because I know I'm not the only one out there that has definitely struggled, like having a spiritual awakening on one hand and it being wonderful and amazing, but then having a really hard time, like finding other people who are also spiritually awakened, like myself. And that has been a struggle. So, but I have gotten to the point where I really have made some good connections with people like me who are also just enlightened and spiritually awakened. But there was a period where my spiritual awakening got pretty lonely. And so let me go through that for a minute. So a huge catalyst, which I've mentioned before on my other videos, but a huge catalyst for my spiritual awakening was my sobriety. So I got sober, which means that I quit drinking alcohol of any kind, and that was the catalyst for this huge spiritual awakening. I was just like rocketed into this fourth dimension once I got sober. And you know, when I first got sober and started to have a spiritual awakening, I started to notice that a lot of people in my circle that I had been friends with for 15 plus years, so many years, I had an issue with connecting with them once I got sober and had this spiritual awakening. And it was because we weren't resonating on the same level anymore. So there was no resonance. And for a while, I just tried to force these relationships to keep working, but I had changed so much in my sobriety and in my spiritual awakening that these old friendships just didn't really stick anymore. And so the best thing to do if you're in a situation like that where you have changed, you're having a spiritual awakening, but you're finding that the people around you just aren't quite, you know, there yet. They're just not there. You know, I just want to say that it's really important to let things go out of your life when it's time to do that. And I personally have, you know, in the past had a hard time letting people go that were no longer serving me on my spiritual path. So they were inviting me to continue down the road of self-destruction. You know, they supported me in my addictions, but they weren't supporting me in my spiritual awakening. They were not supporting me, you know, to continue down that road. So I had to part ways with them. And, you know, I went through a period, like I said, where it was very lonely. And, you know, at times I felt like I really only had myself, and to go within and get comfort from my spirit guides and the beings I connect with in my meditations. And that's all I had for a while. So, this goes into the law of attraction and repulsion. So, a lot of people talk about the law of attraction, and that is basically the idea, I mean, I'm sure you guys are already familiar with it, but it's the idea that wherever your resonance is, whatever you're resonating with, and that is your resonance is also your vibration. So wherever you are vibrating, that is what is going to create your reality. And so if you're finding that you have like friendships that just, are not working for you vibrationally, then, that's a time to maybe take a look at that and reassess it and really think about what your thoughts are around friendship, what your thoughts are, what your feelings are, and things like this. It's really important too, like when you are around your friends, really pay attention to how you're feeling, because how you're feeling is the biggest indicator of whether or not this person is vibrating at the same vibration as you, or if there's a lack in resonance. And also too, I pay attention to how I feel around everyone. And if it is not a friendship that feels nurturing and I enjoy this person's company and I feel really good about myself when I'm in their presence, then that's something that I want to take a look into and just, give some space and really evaluate if this person is healthy for me to be in a relationship with, or if this person is toxic. And in order for a person to be toxic, that doesn't make them a bad person. It just means that they are toxic for you because the resonance is not equal. So, if it's not equal, then there's going to be someone in that relationship that is giving more of their energy and like trying to lower their vibration to have a relationship with this person. And then there is also going to be a person that is taking the energy and trying to raise their vibration through this other person. So it can be like an energetically vampiric relationship that you are speaking of, but that I'm speaking about. If it's just not equal vibration and the resonance is not there, there's not an equal give or take, then it can become a toxic relationship. So what I did in my early sobriety is I let these people go out of my life because I just wasn't the same person anymore. And I didn't want to like force and cause friction and make something work that just wasn't working anymore. So, and then when I let some friendships go out of my life, that created space. And that created space for me to, one, not have to worry or think about this person anymore. So it created more space up here, and it created more space in my heart to really think about the characteristics that I wanted in a friendship. So the kind of friends that I did want, and of course I wanted nurturing friends, friends that I felt happy around, and friends that shared some commonalities with me. So friends that really just can on some level relate to what I'm going through spiritually. But I completely understand that this can be hard, and that's why I wanted to make a video about it today, because I know there's a lot of people out there that may be going through a similar experience. So once you've kind of like cleared some space and got some of these toxic relationships or relationships that you're just not resonating with, out of your life. Once you have done that, then you want to take some time to sit, of course, and just paint a picture. So like meditate on the friendship that you want for a while. Paint a picture in your mind, of what kind of friend you would love to attract into your life. So also too, I guess it's important to touch on also how you could tell, like, if a relationship is toxic and it's not working out for you and it's not in your best interest to keep it going. Like, if you're feeling tired around this person, like, you think they're nice and everything, but you're just feeling really tired. And after you spent time with them, you're just tired and you have to, like, recharge. That is a really good sign that this person is toxic for you, and it's just not a good match to keep them around. So that's a good indicator that they're toxic. Also, too, you want to pay attention to your thoughts and, like, what's going on with your thought process when you're around this person. Like, do they really encourage you? Do they see the beauty and the love within you, or are they just kind of like putting you down and really not encouraging you to be your best authentic self? And another good indicator is if, like, can you be yourself around this person? Can you really be yourself? That's a great indicator. And if the answers to those questions are no, then it's probably time to give that relationship some space. And determine, like, you can let people go with love. It doesn't have to be this, like, knock down, drag out, like, blowout, dramatic ending to a relationship. It doesn't have to be that way. You can just take a step back and just really see. And that actually has helped me tremendously determine if I should keep a friend around that I'm really just wondering about. Like, well, is this, like, a good friend for me? Am I compatible with this person? Should I, spend my time with this person? I mean, everyone's time is valuable, and that's why it's really important to, like, think about these kind of things, because you want to keep, like, your top 5 people in your life. Like, those are the people you're around the most and have the most influence on you. And you want to make sure that those are loving and supporting people that you can truly be yourself around. So, yeah. And then also, too, like, the law of repulsion. Of course, the law of attraction, but the law of repulsion is where you repulse, like, you basically don't pay attention to the things that you don't want more of in your life. So a lot of people talk about the law of attraction. I've heard the law of repulsion talked about a little bit more, but that's, like, a good thing to be aware of too. Like, what are you focusing on? Are you focusing on, like, this person that, like, blew you off for the 5th time in a row? Are you focusing on all their excuses or their lies? Or are you focusing on how grateful you are for this, like, awesome person in your life and the value that they bring into your life? So it's really about focusing on what you really want and not focusing on what you don't. So it's actually pretty simple. But sometimes we're not able to do that until we have completely cleared out everything we don't want. So, like, for me, I was keeping a lot of toxic people in my life that were really not encouraging me to be the best version of myself. And in the past, I would just keep them around because I felt like I had to be loyal to this person. But it's you really don't have to. I mean, if you want to have like deep, meaningful, great relationships with people, then it's important to focus on what you do want out of a relationship. And this can go for any relationship, right? But I just wanted to make a video about friendship because friendship is really important. And, a spiritual awakening can be lonely, but there are other people out there that are going through the same thing and that are just dying to meet you. That one friend that they can talk about like vibration and resonance and meditation and like all these really awesome, things that, people don't really become aware of until they've been pulled out of the matrix. So that's another thing too, is like, I wanted friends that were just as conscious of these types of things as I was. Like, friends that I can really talk about having like a spiritual journey and a meditation with, or talk about the afterlife and my past incarnations and stuff like this. So, you want to really just like have a meditation where you just really focus on everything you want out of a friendship, really what that looks like, and paint this picture in your head of what that looks like. So first, we're allowing space for that. So we're getting toxic people out of our life. Then we're filling that space in with what we do want. And then after that, it is important to keep an open mind and an open heart. When you have an open mind, you have an open heart, you're feeling grounded, but also very connected to the cosmos. So grounded to the earth and connected to the cosmos with an open mind and an open heart, and really allowing space for friendships to come in. That it's when we are in that zone of the open-minded, open heart, we're in that zone, that's when we have the most power to manifest things and to attract things into our life. So it's important to just keep an open mind and stay patient. And eventually, these people will start coming into your life, just like out of the woodwork. You'll start meeting people that you can have loving and fulfilling relationships with. And it's just important to understand that these things do take time. So basically you are attracting in your life what you want, but sometimes it takes patience, because sometimes it takes a while for that really to like start amping up and physically manifesting that type of stuff into your life. So just keep an open mind, keep an open heart, stay patient, and stay grateful. And what else? Let's see here. Yeah, I basically said it all. So I did that personally. Of course, I'm never going to make a video about things that I have not personally experienced. I just don't do that. So I went through this experience, and I actually have now quite a few friends that are just very spiritually awakened, beautiful, loving beings. And, like I have, sorry, my feet are falling asleep. Oh my gosh. Ooh, I was sitting on my feet for a while. So anyway, no, but I'm just saying that, now I have some really great friendships. I'm part of like a book club with these women, and we get together and we all like read spiritual books and then talk about them. And, you know, we talk about like our meditation experiences and just all kinds of cool stuff like that. So I have some spiritual friends now, and I don't feel quite as alone as I did. So I just wanted to let you guys know that, you know, spirituality and a spiritual awakening, it can be lonely, you know, but it can get better. So if you really work on just getting those toxic people out of your life that are not serving you, it'll allow space for other new great friendships to develop. And so I hope this helped you on your spiritual journey. Bless your journey. And until next time, guys, I love you so much. Take care.